3 of Bookmas. It's Christmassy, so I have to read it. Probably never buy a Tessa Bailey book again. But for more positive books going forward, everybody say it with me now. Would never be able to happen in real life, but happens in a Christmas book. Hello, I'm Beth Joey and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. This is a channel where I paint my face, turn my camera on and talk about some books. Day 3 of Bookmas. I am going strong so far. Meeting all my goals in terms of videos. That's a good sign, I think. We'll see how we go further into this whole situation. But anyway, today I wanted to bring you my TBR for the winter season. Hopefully these will be the books that I am going to be reading throughout winter. So first up, we've got 3 books that are going to be featuring in a vlog coming up very soon. And the first of those is Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. This is a book that I've had for a really long time. I bought it way before I realized that I actually don't like Tessa Bailey's romances, but I've still got it. It's Christmassy, so I have to read it. As for what it's about, the blurb I'm pretty sure is written in a poem sort of situation, so I'm gonna read it to you. It says, 2 weeks before Christmas and all through Manhattan, shop windows are decorated in red and green satin. I'm standing alone in front of the famous Vivant department store when a charming man named Aiden asks my opinion of the decor. It's a tragedy in tinsel, I say, unable to lie. He asked for a better idea with a twinkle in his eye. Did I know he owned the place? No, he put me on the spot. Now I'm working for that man, trying to ignore that he's hot. But as a down-on-her-luck girl with a difficult past, I know an opportunity when I see one, and I have to make it last. I'll put my heart and soul into dressing this holiday windows. I'll work without stopping, and when we lose the battle with temptation, I'll try and remember I'm just window shopping. I really like how it's written on the back there. I love the blurb. I think it's quite fun, and it's a baby short book. The text is, pretty big, so hopefully I'm able to smash through this pretty quickly and probably never buy a Tessa Bailey book again. But for more positive books going forward, next up we've got Inner Holidays by Christina Lauren. This is a book that I bought last Christmas and I love Christina Lauren. This is an author duo and I've loved every book that I've read from them. As for what it's about, it says, it's the most wonderful time of the year, but not for Maylin Jones. She's living with her parents, hates her going nowhere job, and has just made a romantic error of epic proportions. But perhaps worst of all, this is the last Christmas May will be at her favorite place in the world, the snowy cabin where she and her family have spent every holiday since she was born. Mentally melting down as she drives away for the final time, May throws out what she thinks is a simple plea to the universe. Please show me what will make me happy. The next thing she knows, everything goes black. When May gasps awake, she's back on a plane, beginning the same holiday all over again, with one hilarious disaster after another sending her back to the plane. May must figure out how to break free of the strange time loop and finally get her true love under the mistletoe. I love how with Christmas stories, you can just have a bit of fun, do something weird and quirky and completely outlandish, like Groundhog Day. Just really random things that would never happen in real life. And so I'm looking forward to seeing how this Groundhog Day situation turns out. I'm always surprised by how they get out of the loop. And my last Christmas read for that vlog coming up next week, I think it is going to be The Holiday Swap by Maggie Knox. This was a book that got big last Christmas, I believe, and it follows 2 sisters. So it says, when chef Charlie Goodwin gets hit on the head during the set of her reality baking show, she loses a lot more than consciousness. She also loses her ability to taste and smell, both critical to her success as show judge. Meanwhile, Charlie's identical twin, Cass, is frantically trying to hold her own life together back in their quaint mountain hometown while running the family's bustling bakery and dealing with her ex, who won't get the memo that they're over. With only days until Christmas, a desperate Charlie asks Cass to do something they haven't done since they were kids: switch places. Looking for her own escape from reality, Cass agrees, but temporarily trading lives proves more complicated than they imagined, especially when rugged firefighter Jake Greenman and gorgeous physician assistant Miguel Rodriguez are thrown into the mix. Will the twins' identity swap be a recipe for disaster, or does it have all the right ingredients for getting their lives back on track? Again, another situation that would never be able to happen in real life, but happens in a Christmas book. Next up, we've got Year of the Reaper by Micaiah Lucier. I believe this is a Fairy Loot exclusive edition of this book, and I'm obsessed with the deep black sprayed edges. It's like looking into the abyss, and I love the cover and how shiny it is on the gold. But as for what it's about, it says, 3 years ago, Lord Cassier disappeared in the midst of war, on a mission entrusted to him by the king. Since then, a devastating plague has swept the land, leaving countless dead and the kingdom forever altered. Having survived a rotting prison cell and a merciless illness, Kaz, now 18, wants only to return to his home in the mountains and forget past horrors. But home is not what he remembers. His castle has become a refuge for the royal court, and they have brought their enemies with them. When an assassin targets those closest to the queen, Cass is drawn into a search for a killer, one that leads him to form an unexpected bond with a brilliant young historian named Lena. Cass and Lena soon realize that who is behind the attacks is far less important than why. They must look to the past, following the trail of a terrible secret, one that could threaten the kingdom's newfound peace and plunge it back into war. I think that sounds so interesting. I'm hoping there's a bit of a romance between Cass and Lena. And yeah, looking forward to finally reading this one after owning it for quite a while. And lastly, if you've been around on my channel for a little while, this is a book that you are going to be familiar with. It has been on a lot of TBRs. Everybody say it with me now. The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. This book, oh my god, I am finally going to read this in winter. Someone please hold me accountable, like, because if I don't, then like somebody slap me. It has gotten ridiculous how long it's taken me to read this book. As for what it's about, I don't actually really know all that much because the blurb isn't very descriptive. It says the circus arrives without warning, no announcements preceded. It is simply there when yesterday it was not. I know it follows two magicians in the circus who have to compete to get some sort of position. They have to compete against each other. And it's like a star-crossed lovers kind of situation, but I don't know much else, and I don't want to know much else because I just want to really immerse myself in this story and just enjoy it. So this is the last book. So these are 5 books that I'm hoping to read throughout the winter season. Luckily, like, you know, these top 3 are going to be done by the end of December. These bottom ones, I've got 2 whole months afterwards to read them, and I really hope that I do because, I mean, Night Circus, as I said, it's been on my TBR for ages, and this one is part of the next book box battle that I'm going to be doing, so I kind of have to read it sometime soon. So as always, let me know down below if you've read any of these books, loved them, hated them, what your thoughts are on everything, or just what you're planning to read going into the winter season. Are there any December Christmassy reads that you're really looking forward to this year? Come and let me know in the comments down below. I love talking to you guys and I do my best to reply to every single comment. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do let me know by liking, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell all down below. It is a super easy way to help my channel grow, and I will see you lovely people in my next video. Bye!